Anglers Extra.
Aaron Canada alongside John Schiffner on the Manager Show on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. And Schiff, for the second straight day, my first question will be posed in the form of a statement. Rick Oropesa.
Oh, my goodness. That has to be the longest opposite field home run I've ever seen hit at Veterans Field. That was titanic, monumental, amazing, and, man, couldn't have come at a better time either. But, boy, Ricky's on fire right now. It's great to see.
First baseman out of USC with 2 home runs last night. The second and final home run of the day for the young man, a 3-run shot in the bottom of the ninth to tie the score at 9-9. Now, we'll talk about how this team never says die. They never give up later on in this interview. But first and foremost, we got to talk about Derek Self getting roughed up for the first time on the season. And really, I would imagine the first time on his collegiate career. Gave up 6 runs in 3 innings.
Yeah, some days you have it, some days you don't. And Derek just did not have his best stuff. And give credit. I mean, that was one of the best at-bats I've seen in a long time by Mike Yastrzemski. That was amazing. 13-pitch at-bat. And Derek battled him. He battled. That was classic baseball right there. And if that at-bat doesn't happen, we could be talking about an entirely different game. I think that really took a lot of the wind out of Derek's sails. And Katua's got a pretty good team. So, coupled with that, they're up by 4. Derek's trying to battle, and that gasses you right there. That was a lot of pitches. And he threw, I think, 30 pitches in the second, both in the second and third inning. I mean, he was gassed. So I thought he battled and just, he battled without his best stuff, and our team, again, showed what they can do.
And it felt to me like the Katua batters, when they were getting legitimately long at-bats, Self had his stuff working out there for the early parts of the at-bat. Guys weren't getting very good wood on balls. They were knocking them back foul time and time again. And then late in the at-bat, as you said, he would get gassed and kind of get frustrated, as a pitcher does sometimes in that situation. And he would just throw something in there that, again, Yastrzemski was able to knock for a grand slam. Other guys were able to square up on just a little bit as well.
Yeah, they're well coached. They were looking at, obviously at some point you don't want to walk a guy in that situation. That's the worst thing. That's one of the worst things a pitcher wants to do, is walk in a run. So Yastrzemski's smart. He knew he was going to get a strike. So he just hung in there on him. And like I said, it's psychologically it was that was a battle within the battle right there. And Derek lost it. And I think he just lost his composure a little bit. And we talked about that in the dugout. And Derek's a solid athlete, a good baseball player. He'll be fine.
Zach Jones came on in relief to pitch 3 pretty good innings of work to eat up a couple of innings. And Garrett Davis coming on for the second night in a row, and he looked better last night.
Garrett's coming on great. Jonesy threw fabulous. That was a great performance for Jonesy. Give him the hold, and Garrett part of the hold if we have those stats down here. But they both did a great job, and Brazes and Vance came in and did what they had to do. We needed the win, and the bullpen came through when we needed them.
Down by 6-1 at one point over the course of the contest. The Anglers just picking back, nickel and diming over the middle innings, and then there in the end, when the chips were down, everything seemed to be lost. Rick Oropesa stepping in and blasting that 3-run shot with no outs in the bottom of the ninth.
It was awesome. Just fun to be a part of. Just fun to watch, and couldn't be happier for Ricky. And then the other guys came through following him up, getting base hits, getting a bunt down. We take advantage of some mistakes and we get a win. And that's what you have to do down here. The minute the other team makes a mistake, you've got to take advantage, because they may not give you another one.
Now, over the course of the next couple of days, including today, a very grueling schedule for these guys. And, 2 9-inning games in 2 separate locations today. Then you turn around and do it again in a couple of days. And the staff didn't get stretched out too much last night, but having to go 2 9-inning games today, got Gates going in the first game and Munnelly going in the second game. You're going to need some solid starts out of those two.
Definitely. There's no question. We need those guys to really stretch it out, have a long start. But we'll prevail. We'll get through this, and we'll see what happens, and we'll count it up on Wednesday and see what happens. But I could not be more proud of a group of kids. Just the way they came back, and again, you look at their faces. They don't know there was a big game. The big game last night's over. Let's go play Falmouth. They're the same, and I really give them a lot of credit. They really they want to play some baseball. They're playing at their pace, their level. This is great.
And one thing we've talked about on the broadcast is the play of Joe DePinto at shortstop, and he seems to have really turned it on as of late, developing a feel out there at the left side of the diamond, back behind the bag at second, making some really outstanding plays yesterday.
Done a great job, and we're not concerned about where we play him. We can play him at second, third, or short and feel the same comfort level. I think it was just a matter, he had not played since the spring, and we got him out here late, and he had not played competitively. He was taking some ground balls here and there, and he was taking some batting practice. I think he's now rounding himself into game shape, and that's, again, good timing for us.
Speaking of guys who can play different positions, a bit of a change-up at third base tonight.
Mark Ginther's elbow's kind of, barking at him again, so we're going to DH him, and Kevin Vance is going to play third base. We feel that's, Kevin played a lot of third base at school this spring. We can bring him off. He'll be closing one of these games at some point today, and we'll see which game we use him from. But this is not foreign territory for Kevin. He's done this before, and it just gets us another right-handed bat in the lineup because Falmouth's throwing a lefty at us.
And that speaks again to the depth that you've recruited here in Chatham. Not only can Vance play third base and probably first base if you ask him to, and also come on to close out that same game, but you can get Zach Jones to come out of the pen and play if needed. Aaron Gates, who's getting the start, could come on and play the other way, though he is getting the start, so I imagine he wouldn't get playing time. But again, depth at every position and depth even in the bullpen to come in and play other positions has really been the tale of this team so far.
Well, it's helping us right now because we're dinged up. We lost those two guys, late, and that's why these guys are here. They can play other positions. We don't. I'm not thrilled that Kevin's playing third base today because I just don't like to overtax an arm. But he's, he gives me that look in the eye like a husky and said, "I'm all set." Like, okay, let's go. That's what's fun. That's what's so much fun about this. The kids want to play, and they came here to play, and they're going to play, and that's that again. It does bode well for our depth. We can put Gates in the outfield, like we said. There's other guys who can play other positions, and so let's go. We got 6 left. Let's go.
Yeah, we talk about the quarter grades, your quarter report card, 4 quarters of the season over the course of the 44-game regular season. But if you could, give me a report card over the last 7 days, winning 6 of the last 7.
It's pretty good. I haven't looked at the papers yet, but it's pretty good. They've done a fabulous job. I mean, we've won 6 out of 7 after losing 12 out of 13. We'd like to make up a few more, but they've done very, very well. And I think they get an A+ in character. Some teams would have folded after losing 12 or 13 games. They did not. And then to add to that A+, they've won 6 out of 7. You got to love coaching these guys.
He's John Schiffner. I'm Aaron Canada. It's the Manager's Show on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Go Anglers!